Hi everyone, Ted Wyman here at the 107th Grey Cup in Calgary. I'm along with Paul Friesen. We're with Post Media, and we're setting up one last time the Grey Cup game Sunday afternoon, and it's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Two teams on incredibly long droughts, one from 1990 on the Bombers side, 1999 on the Hamilton side. And we were just talking with a lot of the players inside, and one player that really struck me was Adam Bighill of the Blue Bombers. Just how emotional he was about going into this game and how much it would mean to him to bring a cup back to his home city.
About my process, but I mean, stepping on the field today, walk through, and just really thinking about the moment, it almost brought a tear to my eye, just the fact that, this moment is big, and we're back here, and just the emotions and the feelings of winning the Grey Cup before, and what that feels like when the clock hits 0 and you win and you rush the field and you just show so much love to every teammate that you have, and that feeling, and they just reminded me how much I want that again.
And he hasn't been at this level since his rookie year, right, when he was mainly a special teams player, so he wasn't a starter. But it's been so long for a guy like that, and for Andrew Harris too, for that matter. 8 years ago as teammates, and here they are again as teammates, a couple thousand miles away from Vancouver, doing it for Winnipeg. And Bighill talked today about how emotional this was for him, eh? Almost a tear in his eye coming onto the field for today's walkthrough.
That's what he said, and it's really interesting because we can't put ourselves in their shoes. We don't know what it's like to go out on a football field and try to play a game this big. And he really showed that it does mean an incredible amount. He did use those words. He said, it almost brought a tear to my eye. He said, I've been following through all my processes all week, doing everything in the normal routines, but when I stepped on that field today, knowing what's going to happen here tomorrow, it brought a tear to my eye. I thought that was it was really interesting to know that. And then we also talked to Andrew Harris today, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers running back, the leading rusher the last 3 seasons, a guy who came back to Winnipeg to play for his home city, and now he's here with a chance to win a Grey Cup for the team. You can tell that it means an awful lot to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2011, I didn't really realize or appreciate, how difficult it is to get in these games, and I mean, obviously representing my city where I grew up in, and knowing how excited everyone is back home, and the sense of pride the community has for the team, it's massive.
Acknowledge it's the biggest game of his career, because 8 years ago when he was in it, ruining Winnipeg's Grey Cup dream, ironically, he didn't appreciate it. He was younger, and he'd only been in the league a couple of years then, and boy, what 8 years does for your appreciation of a moment like this, and he doesn't shy away from it. A lot of guys say it's just another football game, but no, he's biggest game of his career. He's right up front with that. It was interesting to see that.
It's been all week. We've been talking about the emotions. We've been talking about the reactions of being here. We haven't talked as much about this game,
right,
and what it's going to take for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to win this game against a 15-3 Hamilton team to finally end that drought. Paul, what are your thoughts on what it's going to take?
What I'm really interested in is, can Winnipeg's defense stop that powerful aerial attack by Dane Evans and the Ticats offense? It's kind of a makeshift Bomber secondary, right? Their front six is fine, but that back six, it's a bit makeshift. I suggested to Winston Rose the other day, are you guys a bit vulnerable because you got some new faces back there? He looked me in the eye and said, if we were vulnerable, we wouldn't be here. And it's a good point. They beat some pretty good teams to get here, but Hamilton's on another level. So I'll be honestly surprised if they can limit the explosion plays, as Richie Hall likes to call them, tomorrow.
I want to say we have our back against the wall all the time, but we always feel like we want to go out there and, prove that, not prove, but show that we can do it. And also, we just believe in each other. Like, we know the next guy is going to play as hard for the next man. So we know what we have in the locker room, and we know what's the ultimate goal and how the season went. And just to get here, a lot of people wrote us off, but it's just a testament to the coaches, the players, just buying in, believing that we can get here.
The problem I see for the Blue Bombers is that Hamilton does have that great attack, and they are so capable of putting up points, but they don't give up a lot of points. And this Bomber team is going to have to be incredibly creative on offense in finding ways to get enough points to outscore this team. Paul LaPolice has his work cut out for him. He's the offensive coordinator, and he's in a situation where, he's got a lot of options. They ran the ball like crazy against Calgary. They threw the ball really well against Saskatchewan. That's going to look for a balance of the two, and they just have to keep up with whatever Hamilton throws at them.
Just watching the Ticats do their celebration here at the end of their practice, and caretaker Bob, the owner, is walking by. That's a confident group too. But you're right, creativity is, and isn't that Paul LaPolice's middle name? Creativity. Yeah. He's going to have some wrinkles with the two-headed quarterback system. And to me, the wild card in Winnipeg's offense, Zach Collaros. I mean, they haven't had a passer like this there in a while, right? Some of those bombs, those rainbows he threw last week, we haven't seen that in a while. Matt Nichols not bad at it. Zach Collaros has a little more touch, I think, on the deep ball than Matt Nichols. So he's the wild card for me. If he can play the game of his life, basically, then Winnipeg's got a good shot.
After the first snap, it's just another game, and our job is to execute the play that's drawn up, right? So people will be hyped up before the game. There'll be a lot of adrenaline. But after that first snap, after that first hit, you got to lock into your job, and that's our focus.
Well, they might all need to play the game of their lives, but they do have a chance to win this game. I think a lot of people would pick the Tiger Cats as favorites, but the Bombers are a very good team that are going to give them a run for their money. So, at the 107th Grey Cup in Calgary, I'm Ted Wyman for Paul Friesen for Postmedia.